Hello everybody and welcome back to the episode here on Ryker Craft 2.0, where in today's episode RaptorBoy and I are going to be making a redstone tutorial kind of guide majiggy thing for a sheep farm. And I don't mean like creating sheep, I mean like a wool farm. It creates tons of wool automatically over time. So we're going to be doing this now. Make sure to check out the playlist. There is a link in the description. Check out everyone else's channel, link in the description. And I have been cobwebbed. Right, guys, so we're going to be making this farm with all 16 wool colours. We're going to be using this. We're going to double layer it. So we're going to have 8 on the bottom layer, 8 on the top layer. Hopefully we'll be able to find all the dyes. That won't be done in this episode, though. I have a load of items you'll need here. Obviously you'll need sheep, but you need, for all the colours, which there's 16, you're going to need 16 dispensers, 16 observers, 16 redstone dust, nowhere near 24 redstone torches, some hoppers, solid blocks, grass, chests, a minecart with hopper, powered rails, and glass. They're not all exact quantities. The 16s, any of them which are 16s are exact quantities. The rest of them are kind of guesstimates. Orange dye, fantastic. And in case you guys were wondering why I started this section half giggling, I had just fallen over in real life. So, I think we're going to start with setting up the hopper system. So, I think this is the middle. Yeah, you go collect dye. I'll do all the redstone. If you want to see Raptor go collect dye, go check out his channel. There's a link in the description somewhere. Okay, sorry about that sudden cut, guys. I had to sneeze. Raptor is rather concerned about me. So we're going to be setting up with the sheep on this row here. So we're going to need to start by taking out this row here. And we're just going to make it go back and forth, I think. Blackadder back and forth. Oh dear. I've already made a reference. We're not even that far in. So if we have the sheep one layer above, I think. So, is that in the middle? Let me count blocks. It turns out it's an odd number, so that's fun. Oh no, he's on about baby pink sheep again. You guys need to go check out his channel because he goes mad. He is literally insane. I'm genuinely concerned for his well-being. I just fall over, okay? Alright, so we're going to set this up. If you guys didn't know, minecarts with hoppers can actually pick up items with a solid block above them. And they can pick them up items dropped on top of that block. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up, not getting trapped in there. I doubt I'll need a hoe. Powered rails that way. And then we're going to put one there. Just like that. And here. There we go. And at the end here. And what this is going to do is this is going to run the minecart with hopper automatically. It's going to be always running down here. So we're going to grab the rails, run that along. And then down here, we're going to get hopper there, which I need the hoppers. I probably don't need to be carrying all of this iron, I'll be completely honest. And the chest as well. So we'll put chest there and a chest there. And we will feed the hoppers into them. This is where all of our wool is going to end up, at the bottom of our... What's it, majiggy? I know words. Yes, the what's it, majiggy. And then on the top of this... Oh, we should probably put the minecart in. And the rails. The rails will be useful. Alright, let's get the minecart in. Let's get it running. Check it works. Alright, it works. And then we're simply just going to put blocks on top of it like this. And make sure you go one block further than you've made your rails. So I'm going to fill this in and I'll be back when I've done. Okay, and once you've done that, you should have a platform which looks like this. Very good. You've done a good job. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to break every other block along here. That was not intentional. Go back. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. It is laggy. And this is where we're going to be placing our sheep. In each one of these little slots, you are going to want to place an observer so that it observes the grass. So this is going to, what this is going to do is when the sheep eats the grass, the observer is then going to pick up the fact that the grass has changed block. And if we put a row of deep slate tiles on the back here, if we can put a row of deep slate tiles on the back here and not lag. No, never mind. What are the Scots doing which is lagging the world so much? Great, they're building a castle. And then on top of that, we're going to put redstone, which I should probably get in my hand. And we're just going to put one of those on top of each one of these solid blocks. Just like that. And then on top of those, a dispenser facing towards you. Now, what this is going to do is we're going to put shears in these dispensers. That's the only bit you'll need to replace is the shears, because they will eventually run out of durability. But if you put 9 in, it should run for about a year. But once the sheep eats the grass, they will grow their wool back. And therefore, the observer will receive the fact that this grass block has changed to dirt. It will send a signal to this solid block, which will send a signal to this redstone dust, which will send a signal to the dispenser, which will then use the shears on the sheep, harvesting the sheep. And then the wool will get picked up by the rail underneath and delivered to these hoppers. A very simple system. Did that all in one breath. I didn't, that is a complete lie. And then we're going to put the glass in. This is going to be where we keep the sheep. And I'm going to do this off screen because this could take a while. It's important that you use glass here so that the grass around it stays grass and therefore can turn your dirt back into grass. So then in each one of these dispensers, obviously you're going to want shears. And we're just going to put 2 in each for now, because I can't be bothered to make any more than that, because it's going to take 2 trips as it is. So I need 4 more. We probably have red flowers at home. Wonderful. And there we go. Now, the next step that we need is the sheep. Now, this is the most annoying part, because you somehow have to... Mind your face. You somehow have to get the sheep up and then into these glass pens. which is much harder than it sounds. It is in fact going to be so much fun that I'm going to cut it out of the video and you're going to have to go watch Devon's video to go see us scream. Because this is going to take too long and I can't be bothered to stand here the whole time. I want to sit down. So, yeah. We're going to get some sheep in. Hopefully we that's not 16 sheep, is it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've only got 15 sheep. I'll breed them. We've got... It's a shame we don't have any wheat nearby, isn't it? Alright, never mind. Sounds like Devon's not going to put that in video, so you don't get to see that at all. Deal with it. There's 2 of you in there who haven't bred yet. Please breed. Thank you. Egg. I missed. Right, and then once you've painstakingly spent 15 minutes getting sheep in holes, it genuinely took us that long, you can then move on to the next layer, for which you will need more blocks. So I'm going to choose to use deep slate tiles because I have nothing else. And I'm going to make some stairs. Well done, Devon. I'm going to put the stairs at this end, and they're going to go like this. Devon, there's a creeper. And then some more stairs. There we go. Yes, I believe the apothecary was last episode. And then once we've done that, we're going to run a layer of deep slate tiles along here. And this is going to be our railway. What I did forget is that this grass won't grow back unless it has direct sunlight, which if you're layering it like me, it won't do. So put torches every other little gap or so. Don't put them on the glass, it looks terrible. Just like this, and that'll give it some light, and do the same on the back as well. And that'll keep the grass able to grow, hopefully. And then up here we are going to... I've built this awkwardly, so I'm actually going to extend it 1 more block so that I can put the redstone torch here. And there. And then it's also going to go there and there. And that's going to be where we put our powered rails, which I did remember to get in my inventory this time. Always useful if you remember stuff. And then in between those, we'll just put our normal rails. And then always make sure at the end of one of these, you have a block at the end. Because otherwise it won't bounce back. And ignore every block I just placed. And you will just end up with a minecart hopper in the middle of your room, which won't be fun. So that's our railway done up there. Now, you may notice that we need hoppers, and I didn't think about that. Alright, and you're going to want to have a place where you can put your produce from the top layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lead it down into here. And I'll work out a way to interconnect it into another chest for now, but for now it's just literally going to go in a double chest back here once I have the wood. So for now I'm going to find some way to point it that way. Yeah. And then we'll go up. And we're going to put a rail on this one. So that they might... I also moved the powered rail over one. Make sure you don't have a redstone torch next to your hoppers, otherwise it'll lock them and you won't get any hoppers. Hopping. What do hoppers do? Do they hop? Do they hopper? Or do they hipex? No idea. I don't even think that last one's a word. So, you're next going to want to make another hopper minecart. That will be useful. Because I totally only plan to do one layer of this on camera, but we're not that far into the episode, so I decided to do the second one as well. Alright, there's that. And then we're going to put the grass on top of this exactly like we did with the last one. So I did run into a bit of a problem whilst building this once again, and turns out you need a powered rail at the end for it to be able to bounce back. So make sure you have a powered rail at the end to make sure it can bounce back, because otherwise it ain't going to bounce back. Maths. So I'm going to move my hopper down to here, and this isn't going to be powered. And we're going to make this end one here powered. I need to get back up there. I'm learning stuff here as well, so all fun and games. Wonderful, that's powered. And then let's just bring the hopper down this way. Just like that. And then I can put a normal rail on top of that. And hopefully the hopper minecart will continue to run now. It will indeed. Wonderful. Alright, back to placing. But had to remove part of the roof for this layer, but we've got it done eventually. So now we need to get the sheep in again. And as you can see, I've kind of prepped it up here for our start. This is the easiest way to do it, is block off 3 sides so they only go in one way and then they just fall straight in. So much easier. The big thing is getting them up here. So we do have a bit of a staircase. I'm going to remove that block. So I'm going to go put the fences back so that they can't escape. And then I'm going to let them out. And we're going to get them in. What I mean by painful. The sheep just walks off the edge and hangs itself. Like, why? Maybe it just really doesn't want to be in the farm. Right, and then now that you have all of your sheep in, they all have lids on, and your collection system is actually working, then you need to go get a shear and individually shear each sheep. So I'm going to take the lids back off again, because they need shearing. There we go. I'm going to shear them. Just like that. And then put the lids back on. This is going to be painful. Yeah, you also want to dye them. That could be useful. Maybe dye them before you shear them. I'm not sure whether you can dye sheared sheep. Yeah, definitely dye your sheep. How did I forget that step? Unless I just want to be getting white, grey, light grey and black wool only. I forgot to dye the sheep. Alright guys, so we have these arranged in rainbow order. Raptor's just going to get the black now. So I'm going to take the top rope and these are going to go on the top sheep, and then he can deal with taking all the lids off and then dyeing all of the ones down here in the order given. So we're going to start with red, orange, yellow, lime, green, cyan, light blue, and blue. And then I'm going to shear them all again. You messed up the order. And that is your completed wool farm. It will now collect this automatically. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to leave a like down below, and I will see you all in the next one.